Okay, are we ready for sex?
Always ready.
Yeah.
Okay, I have gathered some of the most bizarre stories relating to sex from around the globe.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the most bizarre people.
Oh, shit.
And some of the most bizarre people from around the globe. And with the help of my sexperts here, we're going to try to figure out what's wrong with these people. Sex stories in the news starts now. Okay, but before we get into it, I should introduce my panel of guests because we have a lot of naked people to cover tonight. But before we start, we have to my left, singer, actor, comedian, loser of many pounds.
Yeah.
The lovely and talented Mr. Tym Moss.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How much weight did you lose, Tim? Just
I lost almost 100 pounds.
Almost 100
I put about
pounds.
another 10 back on, but I've been stable at that.
That
for
wasn't a tiny guy that you picked up at the ramrod, is it?
No.
The 100 pounds you lost, no. Okay, very good. Now, the show is about sex. You have actually had sex, right? Is this true?
A couple times this week.
Is it better now with your weight loss?
Yeah, I would say so. I get a lot more trade, a lot more action.
Did you get any action on the subway ride over here?
No,
No,
but it's still an early evening.
Which train should people avoid?
The A train.
The A train, okay. From now on, no good. Okay, to my other right, we have,
The other right.
we have erotic media personality. Is that a good thing to call you?
I mean, all
If
right.
it
Like,
is-
I've never been called that before, but I'll take
If you
it.
like it, it's patented.
All right, sure, why not?
Okay, Lola Bastinado.
That's
You've
me.
done
Yay.
many things. You've done, you do kind of erotic events.
I do.
You've
I
taken
work for
people to
Playboy
hedonism, I think,
TV.
haven't you?
Yes, like I work at Hedonism, and I also work at Desires, different places, like to teach classes there.
Very nice. So this is going to be an educational experience for you. Pay close attention to. Okay. And at the end of the couch, so much has come between us. We have former New York City escort.
No, retired.
Retired.
New
Well,
York
that's
City
former, isn't
escort.
it?
No, there's a difference. I like to be called retired. There's a huge difference.
Okay. Retired New York City escort.
It sounds
Tara
more
Tiara.
official.
I think
Retired.
so too, yeah. Because I took it as an official job. It was a real job. I want recognition of it being a real job and a profession, because I believe it is a profession, and requires a certain amount of skill if you want a good escort. So I prefer retired as opposed to ex or what did you call it? Former?
Former.
Yeah, because that always has sort of like a,
So is former the F word?
seediness or a hiding, because a lot of women who are against prostitution, former prostitutes or ex-prostitutes, they're called former or ex. I'm for prostitutes, so I'm a retired
You know what would be great if there was like a ceremony when you retired, like in basketball, where they hang the jersey.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they would do. Like, I don't know if they
What would
hoist
be
up a
hung?
vagina
Hang
or
the
like.
G-string.
What would be well hung at her retirement ceremony?
I don't know. I'm not sure what his name would be, but but I think we would hang like G-strings or something fancy.
Yeah, we would hang up my equipment. We wouldn't have another man come in because that's my job.
Okay.
So we would hang up the equipment. We would hang up, you know, the purse full of condoms and lubricants, and the credit card machine, and the thongs and the black bras and
They're
the
all
stockings.
hanging from the gymnasium ceiling.
Yeah, it'd be like a what is that? What do you call them for baby thingies? The windmills or whatever they are.
Mobiles.
Mobiles, thank you, mobiles.
As a retired escort, you obviously know your stuff, and hopefully by the end of the night, we will know your stuff as well.
That's a little scary.
Secrets are good.
Okay, well, let's get down to business here, because I have some very interesting stuff. Now, these are all real news stories, nothing that's been exposed by Snopes. Okay? This is real stuff. Now, I'm going to start off by asking Tim.
Yes.
Have you ever had a cup of coffee that really sucked?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, yeah.
Then you might be interested in heading over to the Fellatio Cafe.
Oh. Okay.
He loves puns.
In Zurich, Switzerland, so it's a bit of a haul.
Yes.
But well worth it. A company called Face Girl has created the Fellatio Cafe.
Clever name.
You walk in there and you are given an iPad,
Okay.
and you choose your beverage, but as you know, after you've had coffee, you have to hit the head.
Yeah, right.
So, for the cost of
He said head.
I did. For $60 American, you can get someone to come and orally pleasure you for 5 to 10 minutes.
That's
5 to 10
pricey.
minutes.
5 to 10 minutes.
Now
$60
you're
is
bringing-
really
Like 5
depending
to
on
10
how she
minutes?
has to
You're
have
bringing
it.
up
She
a
has
point
it,
that I
a
wanted to
quarter.
get into with you ladies.
Okay.
5 to 10 minutes, I mean, that doesn't seem really to do it for me. Is there like a coin slot that you start
Oh,
rubbing
no,
quarters in after
5
that?
to 10 minutes is enough for most guys, especially because of the excitement and the newness of the girl. 5 to 10 minutes is pretty much, I've been in and out. I've walked in the door, did a blowjob, cleaned myself, walked out in 15 minutes.
Well,
High five, girlfriend.
So this doesn't necessarily bring them to completion.
oh yeah.
It's very
No, no, no,
timed.
Oh no, it's got to
or-
be finished.
No,
you
you
got to
gotta time
finish
it.
up.
Oh, okay.
But on some occasions, you should have like an extra
A timer.
$10 per something.
I think
yeah,
a coin
to an
slot.
extending.
Maybe they could get one of those guys like they used to have in Atlantic
coin?
City.
No,
with the
at
little
least a
with the little
bill.
roller that makes change.
No, a
The
bill
little
slot.
Yeah.
A bill slot. Coins were years ago.
Or how about credit cards?
Everything's coins or credit
There
cards,
you go.
yeah. Especially because of the price. $60 is pretty good for 5 to 10 minutes. That's a
think
good price.
so?
Yeah.
But this is what I'm
It's
trying to get a
decent.
sense of.
But it depends on what the half is. Like, does she keep half of it? Is it 70-30, something
Yeah,
like that?
depends.
I would want 70-30 in that case.
We have a businesswoman here.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I'm
Lola.
just too lazy for that. I'm like,
Yeah, because
my
after the end of the
question-
day, you get all sore. So
my
you
question
need,
is,
you need to
are they
make more than
hiring?
the house. What? What'd you say?
Are they hiring?
Job opportunity for Tim. Well, so
He's
Lola,
not
you
retired.
seem to react in a different way to this. You seem to think, as I personally do, 5 to 10 minutes is a little on the skimpy side.
well,
Yeah, you're dreaming, Andy.
yeah. Originally, like when you think of like your lovers and stuff like that, you think 5 to 10 minutes. No, that's
When a
kind of
guy
quick.
is paying, they're quick. When a
yeah.
guy is paying,
However,
they're
her paradigm of it makes a lot of sense.
I'm going to have to be really drunk if this is like, you know.
No, drunk and then it's
No, that's
forever.
actually- that's
oh
not
God,
true.
Yeah,
drunk
right.
and cokeheads. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
But
Lord.
5 to 10
Then
minutes.
You'll be there all day.
You just keep swiping all day long.
Yeah.
A cokehead and a drunk.
5 to 10 minutes, personally, I think, is a little skimpy. Now, Tim, you're coming at this from a different angle, so to speak.
Okay. Ba-da-bum.
On his knees or what? Like,
So, what do you think in time-wise, in your personal experience?
Well, again, it depends. They would be on caffeine and not on Coke
They're in a
or
restroom at a coffee shop.
because that would be stimulating. That would
Yeah,
probably,
he said they go to the head, the restroom.
I already used that joke.
I know,
Oh, they
that's
go
what
to
you
the
said,
restroom?
Right.
right.
No, not that I know of.
That's what
No,
I
that's
thought they
what you
do.
said.
No, they
I
do
thought
it
you
right
said
there.
that
Like
they have
right
to go to
here
the
on
head, and
Well,
so they go
I
to the
was
head, and then
I
they
was
can get a
kidding, you have too much
blowjob.
coffee,
Yeah,
you
that's
have
the
to
whole
hit the
point.
head.
Oh, I thought they were
Is
doing
it- but is it-
blowjobs on the toilet.
not
No.
sexy.
Isn't that the whole point?
I'm like,
It's
that's pretty
public.
decent.
It's public.
Okay.
Aren't they sitting on the sofas
Actually,
and
the
getting?
stories I read didn't get into that in detail.
Yeah.
Because if it's in
Because
front
that's
of
another
everyone,
fetish too. You should
but-
actually be doing 150 if that's a fetish. The toilet
Yeah,
fellatio.
Yeah.
This woman's
She's got the whole
whole
menu.
price list.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Head a la
Pay for
carte.
it.
You know, head
Head
a la carte is a certain.
But see, again, I've been to a lot of like gay sex parties
Mm-hmm.
where
Are you gay
surprise, but you can. I mean, I could be sucking on a guy for a while, before and nothing.
But at a lot of those clubs though, aren't they a lot on ecstasy and some other drugs? Because I know
Not
ecstasy will
necessarily
make you go forever.
Not necessarily anymore. But that's kind of why we're there is to have sex, so they want to
Yeah.
prolong it. They want
Yeah.
to make it as long as possible. So but maybe if you're going into a
How much
cafe,
longer
that
can you
might
make it than it started out, is the question.
time wise.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I got confused. Okay, so, ladies, you
But I think
you
so.
personally
Basically,
think
a
5-10 minutes
cafe
works.
for fellatio and coffee is
Yes.
a great idea. It's a great idea because a lot of guys don't have time and they just need to be relieved really
Yeah, just
quickly.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a nap during the middle of the day. They said
There
it's
you
very excellent for you, and I believe an orgasm
sleep
during
more
the
than 10 minutes,
middle of the
too.
day. I usually need a 20-minute nap at least. in order to feel
Well,
refreshed.
you know,
yeah.
when you
I agree with you there.
We're
I
moving in
agree
the right
with you
direction.
there. I agree with you there.
Well, when you orgasm, your body releases dopamine and all these other chemicals that
It's
give you a
relaxing.
euphoric feeling. So, yeah, it would make sense, like, if you could go
And combined with the
and-
caffeine, it keeps you up instead of dropping you.
I was going to say, because a lot of times after you come, then you just want to
Yup.
roll over and go to bed.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
scientifically, if you have all the caffeine
Yes.
in your system, I
Right.
don't know, maybe you have to poo, I don't know.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, don't
back
do
to
it in the
fetish.
morning.
No.
I wouldn't work there in the morning.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
I'll take the afternoon shift.
Tara approaches this from a very practical point of view.
That's what I
Yeah.
love about her. She's always very practical.
Okay. Well, we want to move on to our second story. Because that first one pretty much serviced men.
Okay.
And I want you ladies, to not feel neglected.
Oh, thank goodness. I always feel neglected.
So I have 2 words for you. Vagina massage. You don't know
depends on
anything
who's
about this
giving it.
Here's the
yet.
thing. I am
And-
very familiar with my own vagina. If I wanted a massage, I could do it myself.
Well, this actual vagina massage sensation is sweeping the nation.
What is
Not
it,
the-
Yanni?
Which nation?
Well, not
Which nation? Yeah, that's important.
It's big in Great Britain.
Like, woohoo.
Big in Great Britain, okay.
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 Is it a
In
machine?
LA.
Is it a
involved?
machine?
Is it fingers? Is it machine? What is it?
No,
as the
well,
massage?
these are actual human digits from what I read,
Okay, fingers.
right? But I know that they say that
Hopefully
women have to pay
lubricated.
more for things than men frequently. Well, unlike the $60 fellatio cafe experience, this is $300.
Yeah, because we need more.
Well, you get more.
All right, do we cuddle or do you like?
There's
fingers and they cuddle with
There's incense involved.
All right, I like incense.
There's conversation, which, as you know, in the vagina,
I
in the
don't really need a
fellatio
conversation.
cafe, is
Do I get
difficult.
like a swag bag or something?
Yeah, swag bag.
Like that would be great, like some moisturizer, some like.
I'm sure you can shop.
Okay.
So is this
Online.
at a place? Do you go to a place, or is this something that's shipped to
No,
you?
as far as I know, this is a practitioner. This is
Oh,
not a
okay.
place.
So like they do the yoni massages,
This is like personal trainers.
yeah.
That come to your home?
Or you come with them, whatever.
Okay.
Listen, you know what?
You come at their home. sometimes.
If they're really good and it is really about my pleasure, then possibly, because sometimes you just want to lie there and be pleasured and not contribute. I think that's, it's one of those things, and it's relaxing to have this orgasm and not have to give it to yourself.
Right.
But the person's got to be really good, and he can't be sloppy and gross and like hitting on me for something else or trying to fuck me or
Is
something
it
like
men
that.
that are doing this, or is it women?
They didn't cover that in detail.
But there's both
actually.
men and
Yeah.
women that teach
I
like
think,
the yoni
yeah.
massage.
So she actually
So-
knows about a lot of this
Yeah,
stuff.
there's there's different practitioners that
Yeah.
teach it. I mean,
As long as they weren't being creepy towards me in
yeah.
some way.
Oftentimes they do a very like yoga approach to it.
After a nice
Yeah.
relaxation.
The
Yeah.
whole incense, the whole,
Yeah.
and they claim this has tremendous health benefits.
Oh, yeah. A
And,
fabulous orgasm does.
So I had
And
no
massage.
idea that all these years I was a healthcare practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a freaking doctor.
Well, now this sounds like it's a lot more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like
Yeah.
3 hours. They said is a
Whole
session.
thing, yes.
Oh, so it's
session's 3
$100.
hours.
So it's
Oh, honey, I
$100
don't
an
have time
hour.
for
Yeah,
that.
$100
Break
an
out
hour.
that Hitachi.
So you don't want to do it or
Yeah,
get
I'd want to
for
do
3
it within an
hours.
hour,
No,
not 3
because
hours.
with $300 I could get a nice facial,
Yeah.
a
Well.
real facial, like a real like at like Bliss or something like that, a real facial. Just so you know, like $300 you can get a nice micro
What do you think about
dermabrasion.
receiving $300 and a facial?
It sounds good to me.
Okay. Okay, now I know you're an artist and money is probably a little tight. Would you be open to becoming a vagina massage practitioner?
He's like, ugh, no.
To be quite honest, that never entered my mind.
Okay.
So to show the need for vagina massage in Britain, a woman was arrested for having sex with a model dinosaur.
Oh my God, I saw that.
Do you know?
I totally saw that.
You were talking about that.
Yes.
You were talking about that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because they actually have pictures of her from Instagram, like mounting
Right.
the thing.
With her skirt pulled up. And
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Was this at a museum?
No, this
No, it was in an
at a
outdoor park.
in Britain.
Like Devon, Britain, or
And
something like
kids
that.
go to this thing.
Oh my goodness.
And this is like a model T-Rex coming out of an egg.
But here's the thing. I think they were on her tail, on the T-Rex tail,
on the tail.
because you know T-Rex have the little arms like
No,
this.
she was on the neck.
She was on the neck?
Well, there's more to this story. To add insult to
Wow,
injury,
she has to be a gymnast or something to hang on and then
I thought
do
she
the
was
fingers.
homeless. She looked
and-
homeless.
To add insult to injury to this poor T-Rex, he had been vandalized not long before, and they had broken his head off. So this woman was actually not getting head from this T-Rex.
You know, here's the thing.
So she was on its
Everybody
necking with the T-Rex.
needs a little something here and there.
Yes.
Right.
But in a public park, like where like a kid's
With
park,
children around.
yeah, that's
And
not
you
cool.
don't know where that T-Rex's neck has been.
I know.
Well, you do now.
I have a question. Was it smooth marble?
I don't think it was marble, no.
I could see smooth marble rubbing yourself.
All right, this is more sounding appealing to you. This is good.
It's a possibility. I could see that.
So was this in England also?
Yeah?
Yes.
They're nuts over there.
Yeah.
Over in the UK.
The cold, smooth,
I got a
hard
good
marble.
one.
Those nasty tosses.
So, and they claim that afterwards to try to draw people back to the park.
With what?
The T-Rex
I would go
was-
just for the entertainment possibility.
Well, there were children. They claimed the T-Rex was sanitized,
Fantastic.
thoroughly disinfected.
Without a
Now,
head.
what I
All the
want to know
pigeon
is,
poop was wiped off
whose
of
job
it.
was it
I
to
know,
disinfect
right? Who was
the
the?
neck of this T-Rex? So, ladies, where do you stand on the idea of sex toys? Is this something that you guys are into or what?
A lot of
love
times you
sex
squat,
toys.
right?
Yeah. Most of the time I'm laying down, but I love them. I think sex toys are fantastic because I think everybody needs to understand their body before you can tell your lover exactly what it is that you want.
So, what type of thing works for you?
For me personally, I like Hitachis. I like vibrators.
What's a Hitachi?
Oh, I'm gonna bring
Using
it in
like a
studio
television?
tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good.
Isn't that like a television?
I
No.
thought it was a grill. Oh, hibachi.
Hibachi. So Hitachi is actually a vibrator that you plug it into the wall, so it's not battery operated.
Oh, okay.
So it has a very strong vibration to it. Oftentimes they sell it as like a massage unit for your back.
Oh, okay.
But us perverts buy it for our vagina. There you know. But yeah.
So this was developed maybe for a different reason than it's being used, kind of like minoxidil or something.
Well, here's the thing.
Or Viagra, which was originally
You can go
supposed to do something for your
in. You
heart.
can actually go into like CVS or one of the chain stores and buy like a back massager. It's the same thing as a vibrator.
Okay.
It's actually
I've
just
got
a
one,
little bit
actually.
cheaper.
So you are educating our audience on how to save some money.
Yeah, either that or you go to my website, misslolahouse.com.
Very nice.
Okay.
And it's more legal to sell them, right, when you call them massagers as opposed to vibrators?
However, there are retail stores now, like the big stores like Brookstone, that sell sex toys. So I think
do?
it's
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
So I think
They
it's
actually
becoming-
say sex toys?
Yeah. Like they have like a very nice, like a high-end line of sex toys that are vibrators, and they have them displayed like they have all the other things. And it's kind of to take the shame out of purchasing something like that.
Right. Well, good.
Yeah.
Sure, just walk in there, hey, can I have a sex toy? You're going to feel no shame.
I want the vibrator and the massage chair. Pack it
Yeah.
up.
And that shirt is nice. I'll take that too.
Yeah, I
Wrap it
know.
up.
Don't
Hey
need
Joe,
no condoms.
hey Joe, she wants one of the vibrators. You got one in the back, the big purple one?
Purple is my favorite color.
See, I knew that. So we went through. So Tara, you and sex toys, what's your relationship?
I don't use them really. I just masturbate with my finger. So
Oh, shut up. You don't use any toys?
no, I tried to use a vibra once and it was really annoying. I didn't like that fuzzy feeling. It was fuzzy and it made a lot of noise and I couldn't like concentrate on my, porn going on in my head.
Oh, gotcha.
So
You
I
could
just
buy
I do porn in my
Blu-ray
head and
player
then I
or something.
masturbate my finger. I'm good.
There you go.
You don't have to concentrate on the porn in your head. Buy a Blu-ray player. Watch some stuff.
No, I try to do porn.
Get one of those snorting
It will
videos
be
that you
hours. Like if I try to watch porn on the internet, it takes me hours and hours and hours to find anything that is any
Yeah,
good, that loads up correctly, that doesn't stop in the middle of it, that's not a whole bunch of exposition or something
Technical
like that.
problems.
Yeah, it's like
now-
4 hours later, I'm finally masturbating. I'm like,
But
yeah,
there's-
no.
They have it so broken down now, and like
Specialized.
different porn sites where you can look for specific things, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you still
big
do, but
ass,
it's still
like
cruising,
whatever.
and sometimes it doesn't load up, or it takes forever to load up, or it stops in between. It's just a pain in the ass, or advertisements pop up.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know why anybody does porn on the internet.
See, girls are different than guys when it
annoying.
comes to masturbating because we don't really need anybody else but ourselves.
Yeah, my own imagination.
Well, most men, when they masturbate, are alone as well.
But you're with porn a lot, right?
Yeah,
Or
but
do you
you
guys use your imagination a lot? Do you use your imagination, or do you
So
use...
you don't need your imagination.
Well,
No, I need my imagination
doesn't
first. I got to do my imagination first. I got to build up,
every time
and then...
anyway.
personally, because personally, I think that women a lot of times the sex is more mental in a way,
Right.
and whereas with
yeah.
men it's much more physical.
Yeah.
That's why they need that
Yeah.
They need the
stimulus,
physical,
stimuli.
Yeah,
of
my brain
porn.
needs to tell this to turn on, and then
Right.
this turns on, and then the stimulus is affected. But if you try to touch me when my brain hasn't turned it on, I'm dead. I'm like,
Yeah, me too.
All right, we are now going to move on.
You didn't ask me about sex toys.
oh yeah.
No,
We do not want to leave Tim out. What's your whole sex toy situation?
No, I really don't have that many. I did have a double-ended.
Oh, shut up.
I
He's
did
got a
have
big baby arm in his closet.
No, I did used to have a double-ended dildo.
So
like
do
to
I.
play. Oh, right. Just to play
You
with
guys
other
could
guys.
share.
Yeah.
Sex, you don't really share sex toys. You don't want to do that.
Okay, see, again, education.
Well, that one I did. I would share. It was double-ended, so I would get one end, he would get the other end, and
You know, the thing about sex
we would
toys,
meet in the middle.
This is back to back. Is this back to back like a duel used to be?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Take 3 steps and turn around?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, with sex toys, like I know, like when I have my strap-on on, like I feel very like empowered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
hell
is it
yeah.
about a penis?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I have them in all different colors and different sizes, and when I put them on, I feel like you know.
So the answer to the sex toy question with you is yes.
Oh, I love toys. I think toys are a great vehicle for people to discover their own sexuality,
Yeah.
especially before you interact with somebody else.
All right.
Yeah, and I used to use them a lot early, or when I was younger, but now I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't need them. Yeah.
I don't need them.
Oh, now the name of your sex toy is Phil.
Phil. Actually, his name was Charlie.
Okay, good.
But he feels.
Glad you
But he did
straightened
Phil.
me out, as it were. All right. Next case. Now, you ladies seemed somewhat hesitant to pay for sex, so this could explain why America's first professional legal male prostitute has retired. Marcus, who worked at the Shady Lady Ranch in Nevada.
Wow.
Oh, honey, he's not the first male prostitute. There's
Legal.
male prostitute. Oh,
Well, legal, dealing with women.
okay.
This is the story.
Okay.
He says that he quit because he had less than 10 clients, which I'm going to guess is one, and he just couldn't make it work.
Well, here's the thing. I know a couple gentlemen in the adult industry who, you know, see people like that. I think it really
But that's
kind of
unofficially. I'm talking this is legal.
legal schmeagle.
Well,
Like-
okay.
No, but I hear you
The
though.
main gist of the story is there a demand enough to keep men employed?
Right.
And you're saying,
Eh.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure, there's gigolos
I mean, I'm
and stuff.
sure there is like a genre or like a niche of people who do that, but like the average woman, like if I want to have sex, I'm going to go and have sex. Like I'm not really going to pay for it.
Right.
Like women have a different approach.
That's what I
Well,
mean.
that's
There
what
is
I'm
a
trying to get a
difference.
sense of whether you women would be open to it, and clearly we understand why Marcus had to retire.
Yeah, because well, here's the thing. Like, I'm not inclined to pay somebody for sex. Like I'm not inclined to go to a strip club and see titties because I have my own. You know what I mean? Not that I don't appreciate other naked people, but I'm not gonna give you my money because my friends show me their boobs too. You know, like it just kind of doesn't make sense to me. But I appreciate a good strip club.
But then again, it's also kind of the same thing about the difference between the way women think than how men think. And women think, again, the whining, the dining, the spending time, the taking care, doing more of like a gigolo.
I've heard a lot of the whining.
What a gigolo you would pay a gigolo for is not so much the actual sex, and a man
Isn't
is
that
just like
funny?
bam,
But
later
isn't that funny,
I'm done.
though, that the word is gigolo
Yeah.
versus just
Prostitute?
a prostitute?
Yeah, right.
Like that's where like
Generally, when you say male prostitute, you think of a guy who's working with other guys.
no.
A gigolo would be someone who would be
A prostitute's a prostitute.
A prostitute's a prostitute.
Why is there some sort of, you know, higher status given to a gigolo than given to an escort? And there is.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have a TV show and be legal being gigolos somewhere, but if you were to do a TV show calling it all prostitutes, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Just the
wouldn't be
same
legal.
as
Well, like you said, it's harder to get a woman to pay. That could have something to do with why it's looked at. With
No,
certain
male
different attitudes.
sexuality and female sexuality is completely different, and we need to admit it. You know,
Absolutely.
I've noticed the difference. You snort more.
well, you know, a lot of people snort. But I find, especially here in America, that's all I know, is during the 80s, the female movement started to say equality meant the same. And no, equality is not the same.
Right.
I'm a female, you're male. Equality is we're allowed to do the same things. But it doesn't mean we're the exact same people, and that we don't have different sexualities, we don't have different value systems, priorities. We do things completely, totally different, and there's a reason for that in biology, because one person is more susceptible to have to raise the child, and the other one has to protect the territory. And so the brain is developed a certain way, and the body is developed a certain way, and your priorities are developed a certain way, and sexuality is developed a different way.
Absolutely. Because
Women
when you think
need
of guys, they're just men sleeping around. If a girl
Just
sleeps
wanting to
around,
get
you're
off.
a freaking slut or a whore.
And a woman
Right.
has to consider what man
Exactly.
is going to enter her, because
Right.
biology-wise, we got to take care of that damn kid if the man disappears.
Exactly.
So we want to find a man that's going to take care of his damn kid, because it's really expensive. And
the
so we
man-
can't just be running around doing dicks all the time and getting pregnant by anybody. We have to be selective. And that turns into our priority system. And your priority system is just to have a nice, hot, wet hole to
Right.
feel good about.
She's been out with me a couple of times.
No, that's very true. That's
Yeah.
very
And we need to
That's
keep
also
that.
Tim's priority system, by the way. So.
I mean, as a woman, I wouldn't mind possibly maybe, I could possibly maybe pay for somebody that would come in and I just close my eyes
Clean
and then
your
they do
house.
it. But the thing is
clean my house.
well, the
Hell
thing is
yeah.
I get paid for a man to come in and just do that and me lie there and just enjoy it. So I don't see the reason to pay, because there isn't a
Right.
reason to pay.
There's the double
We now
standard
know why
again.
Marcus is out of business.
The other way.
That is called pussy power.
Well, Marcus,
Poor Marcus.
there's kind of a happy ending to the story. He is no longer receiving sex for money. He's now making porn films.
Oh,
That's
there you
sex
go.
for money.
That's still sex for money.
I know.
Yeah.
That? There's a joke in there.
I always joke that during my prostitution years, I should just turn on my video camera, and then that I'm a porn star and it's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
You would have a lifetime of footage to share. I'd come over.
Maybe a lifetime, probably not a lifetime.
Well, if I watch something I like, I can see it over and over. So.
True. Okay, but usually people get bored after a while and move
Yeah,
on.
that's true. Okay. We are now going to move into the legal section of our program.
She's good with this.
Because
Well, so is
sex
she.
and the legal system
No, she's better at the
often
legal.
Yeah.
go hand in hand. All right, we're heading to Canada, where there was a very interesting defense to a rape charge. This man's lawyer said that he could not possibly have done it because he's too fat and his penis is too small.
Could be possible, but that's not. But it depends on what the definition of rape is in Canada.
Well, he couldn't do it, basically, they're saying.
Well, there's different insertions for different rapes and stuff, so it doesn't
Right,
have
was
to be
there
a penis.
penetration?
It doesn't
that's
have to
what
be
he
a
said.
penis.
That's what he's saying was not possible. Okay.
But
that's
it doesn't have to be a penis. That's why I'm asking
No,
the
they
laws.
claim that this was actual,
Penis.
Penetration.
Oh, okay.
penile penetration.
Okay. And
But I mean, was
and
there
it's too small.
overpowering against her will? And
Oh, I don't think this guy was chasing anybody down.
Oh, really?
All right, so I've got some stats for you.
Okay.
His waist was 66 inches.
Wow. Okay.
What were you at your biggest, Tim? 'Cause you were
50 or
50.
52.
This guy's 66 inches, and his equipment was 1 inch, 2 inches went hard.
However, I read an article yesterday.
She's very well educated.
I read an article yesterday that when men lose weight, it gives the appearance that your penis is larger because the fat deposits around like the female, you call it like the mons pubis, is skinnier and more taut to your body, so it appears like your penis is larger.
Well,
right. I woke
any
up
way you
after
slice it, his penis is not making its way out of the neutral zone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So they claim.
After my surgery, mine was like.
Really?
Well, I know that there's a lot of fat, so a lot of times, because I had to fuck a fat guy before, you have like all this fat, and so the penis looks like there's just this small little head, and then you do like that, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, the penis is hidden underneath all the fat.
I've seen one.
So once the fat melts
that
away,
would be him, but even after, but
the fat could get in the way
This
to
is
be.
the lawyer's argument, and he did show evidence in court.
Oh Lord.
Could
Really?
you imagine passing that around the jury panel?
I know, right?
Did you ever see it on Law and Order when they stick it, when they stick the evidence between some plastic and they pass it around?
Dum, dum. Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny.
And what self-respecting man is going to stand up in court and say my penis is too small to get past my big fat
Honey,
gut?
let me
Somebody
tell
that's
you.
trying to get off of rape.
Yeah, I was like, it's
Yeah.
either that or you take your ass to prison. I think you'll be like, I have a small penis.
And it depends on the position too, because if she's on top of him and he puts all the fat up and she's there and just rubbing against him because he's got his hands there and she can't escape or something,
This sounds
then
very
possibly it could be rape.
What were the
But it depends on the position.
circumstances? Yeah.
Now, him behind her, absolutely not, because the fat would interfere.
Yeah, well, they did
him on
mention
top
that
of her,
as well.
absolutely not, because the fat would interfere. Her ankles would have to be tucked. I mean, her legs would have to be tucked up underneath the fat that he pulls up, and then
Basically,
attached
they
to
could
the
watch
pelvis.
TV together and hold hands. That's pretty much what this guy was capable of. I don't know. I mean, I was
I
not
don't
there.
know.
But
You
what
can
was it?
lift
She
the
said that
fat.
she was raped
You
by
can
him?
lift
This was the claim that there was a rape, and this was the defense of this attorney. So Tim, basically, losing all that weight, your best defense is gone.
Yeah,
He's got a
right?
big penis now.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Like, he lost 100 pounds. He's
You no longer
fine.
have the guts for that kind of defense. All right? And the guy's nickname, by the way, is Pork Chop.
Really? No, that's sexy.
Yeah. Well,
At least it's not like Wiener Dog or
Wiener dog.
Pig in a blanket.
Pig in a Blanket. Yeah, Pig in a Blanket is the best. Yeah,
all right. Well, while we are
cocktail wieners.
clamping down on criminal activity, I give you Earl, the porn-sniffing dog.
The porn-sniffing dog.
Oh, I don't know if I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I gotta hear this one.
Earl was a rescue in Indiana.
Okay.
They sent him to Utah, where oddly enough, they don't seem to like porn.
No, you don't say.
Mormons.
And apparently, dogs
What is he, a
can
Dotson or
sniff-
something?
I don't know that actually, but I'll get that back to you.
Okay.
That'll be on the notes on the YouTube posting. Apparently, the dog can sniff out the chemicals involved in hard drives, flash drives, any of that kind of stuff. So I guess this is people hiding kiddie porn or something.
Okay.
How the content? How can he?
He doesn't know the content, but he could
Right.
sniff out, I guess, a hidden flash drive, and then they check it
Oh,
out.
I see.
Oh, I
see
see.
what you mean. Okay.
Okay.
So they can no longer hide the flash drives or the
Right.
discs or whatever.
This is kind of like Roscoe, that dog that sniffs out bed
Yeah,
bugs.
right.
Yeah.
So Earl the porn
Earl the porn
But you
sniffing
know what?
dog.
I think in some cases that's really good because you had a couple years ago there was a case of a gentleman that I think he was coming from Mexico that he had content of a porn star who was underage. So in cases like that, that would make sense because you want to protect the people, but I think that would be kind of hard to justify because there's so many business people that travel. I know I travel with my hard drives. Do you know what I mean? Depending on where
And
I'm
your
going.
sex toys.
Oh yeah, definitely. For sure.
TSA people. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, the TSP. Let me tell you, the TSA people in LA hate me. They hate me because all like the porn, all the toys are made out there. So like when I go and like I'm interviewing like a toy manufacturer or something, I usually come back with several toys. And what I've learned is, here's the trick. When they ask you, what is this used for? Because they're trying to embarrass you, you say anal.
Oh,
Once
love
you
it.
say anal, they don't fuck with you at all. Everything is anal.
Yeah.
For me. It's
So
anal.
Tim, there's a small chance you would use that as your excuse, right?
Oh yeah, I'm
course.
using that. Everything's anal with me.
Absolutely. So you have a very clean apartment.
Yes.
Good.
We call him Oscar.
I'm happy about that. All right. So, ladies, have any of you guys been to Utah?
No.
No. I'm just wondering if it's as uptight. I've changed airplanes there. That's about all I've done.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think it's really
Me too.
as bad as what the rest
Well,
of the country perceives.
Provo, Utah.
know.
Provo, Utah once came out as the top place to live in the country on Money Magazine's annual list of the 300 best places to live in the country.
Really?
So a radio station figured they'd have some fun with them, and they called up, it's like City Hall, said, we heard that you guys are the best place in the country. And they said, oh yeah, they're very proud of it. Told all the good things about them. They said, do you have any bars?
No.
What? Said, you know, bars, like a place to get, oh, we have one of those. It's in a bad part of town. You don't want to go there. So, so if you're looking for a good
bar.
time in Provo, bring your own sex toys and a bottle of something. So.
Yeah, for sure. But I'd also be afraid I'd get stoned or something there. Like, well, not. With rocks.
Took me a moment.
Because you were getting because you were getting stoned.
I don't know.
You get
I
stoned
have
for getting stoned.
I have a friend that I grew up with that very interesting. Her boyfriend was Mormon, so like she became Mormon to marry him, and it's just a completely different lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a mindset.
Yeah, it's a completely different mindset, and I think that's something that you have to kind of prepare yourself for.
Mm-hmm.
Like us coming from, like
I'm
the
not
Bronx
ready.
and Brooklyn.
Liberal
I'm
language.
not ready, just so you know.
Yeah. I don't think
15
that we would
wives
fear.
and no booze. I need a lot of
Think
booze
You
about
per
need that
wife.
bar.
15
So-
wives? My husband can barely handle one.
Exactly.
15? Oh my God. They must be like the highest
You would
suicide
think
rate.
they
And
would
don't-
have to drink.
And
Yes.
don't women get on like the same cycle as they live together? And you've
yeah.
got 15 women
Yeah.
at the same time.
Well, they need cycles. They're not allowed to drive cars.
The
Yeah,
women
yeah,
can't drive?
No, that's actually the Amish.
Oh, Amish, yes.
They think the Mormons are good. Okay. Well, I've got a story for you with a title so good that I'm going to actually read it to you, okay?
Okay.
We're going to try to get to the bottom of this one.
Hang on.
Woman dies in cucumber sex romp after lover forgot about her to tend to burning meat.
Head
What?
to what? Burning?
Woman dies in cucumber sex romp after lover forgot about her to tend to burning meat.
Was he barbecuing?
Now, this had to be one hot girl.
Was he barbecuing or something? Like that? I don't get it.
If I'm having sex with a woman and I have to tend to burning meat, I'm seeing a doctor right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, apparently what happened, they don't have your vast inventory of sex toys.
So sorry.
So they would use vegetables.
And he just came from the vegetable market.
And they
He
were
just
using
left it inside
they were using
her?
a cucumber.
Okay.
And for some ungodly reason, it was not explained to anyone, nor does anyone want to know. She had it in her mouth after he finished.
Okay.
Then he smelled some meat burning on the stove.
The
had the
fuck is
cucum-
going on in that house?
She had the cucumber in her mouth.
Right, he
after.
smells the meat burning on the stove.
Okay.
So she gagged to death? She died?
And she gagged to death on
She
this
suffocated.
cucumber.
Why didn't
Oh,
she
she
pull it out? Was she
suffocated.
tied up or something?
No, she.
Oh, she's an asshole
Well,
anyway.
just
So she-
so
No,
you
it's
know-
supposed to be like
Die.
he murdered her.
Just so you know, she was 4 times over the legal drinking limit.
How did they know
Okay.
he
Okay.
didn't murder her and just shove a cucumber down her throat until she
Yeah, right.
she liked it.
We're going to see this on forensic files.
Yeah, how did he not go up for murder
I'd
for
say
shoving a
dust for
cucumber
Prince.
down her throat to where she died?
And he was cooking the meat for his dog, too. He went out, he was cooking some meat. What are you
Okay,
cooking?
this
This
is getting even
more bizarre.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it sounds to me
Like-
like he committed murder and just made up a fucking story, and the police were like, okay.
Well, there was a cucumber
She
down
died
the
with a
woman's-
cucumber in her
There was a
mouth.
cucumber down this drunk's throat, so, that makes
Yeah, that sounds like
sumptuous.
murder. Am I the only one seeing this? It sounds
Well,
like
no,
murder to me.
yeah, but I'm still
Tara
trying to wrap
for
my
the
mind
defense.
around this mental picture.
Let me explain something. I've been drunk 1 or 2 times in my life.
Yeah, same
And
here.
used an
And I-
occasional sex toy.
Yes, with
And if you
sex
have to
toys.
suffocate.
And I
And
I
sometimes
know
even
for
cucumber.
myself, yes, and I know from my own experience, I'm not going to sit there and die with a freaking cucumber in
Yeah,
my
you
mouth.
like cough and gag and it shoots out of your mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's holding it there so you can't. poof it out of your mouth.
We need to speak to the.
Okay, but did he pull it out of one end of her and put it in the other?
So
Is
she
that
died
the
of
thing?
bacterial infection?
She got bacterial vaginosis in her throat.
Well, he stuck it down her throat. I mean.
Okay, when I think of a cucumber, I think he's got it shoved up her pussy or
He
something.
did.
Okay, and then he took it out, stuck it in her mouth,
And she died of syphilis.
smelled the meat burning.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll be right back. Goes and then forgets.
The
that she's-
irony of burning meat, though, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds made up.
Okay,
Sounds
am I the only sicko that thinks that's funny?
This is like those fact or fiction things.
Yeah.
Fiction.
Yeah. He committed murder.
I'm telling you,
He's a
I
murderer.
researched these stories because there were some that I
Wow.
left out
Okay.
because Snopes exposed them. I had one I
there's-
loved.
Uh-huh.
This guy was having sex with a woman, and afterwards she cut off his penis because he refused to make eye contact with her.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's.
So that
I
this
would not
was
fuck
not
with her.
this was not true. So that's in a whole different category. Okay.
Yeah, but see, how would you not know that's true if you have like Lorena Bobbitt's cutting off penises? Do you know what I mean? It's like I could see how somebody could think that's true.
You won't ignore me.
Yeah.
From what I
Eye
read,
contact.
Why don't you
from what I read,
look
she
at
might have
me
been a
like
little
you used to?
cross-eyed. And he just was not into it. Okay, I got a good one for you. All right, we're still in the criminal section of
Okay.
our
Okay.
story.
Criminal
Okay.
sex.
I like how you have them departmentalized.
I do. We've got the wellness section.
Yes.
We've got the criminal section.
Uh-huh.
We've got the section that you don't even want to talk about,
Oh,
but we will.
Good.
Yeah, because that's probably where we are.
All right. A woman from Long Island, a man from Texas.
Oh,
get
good
arrested
combination
for,
right there.
They get,
It's
they, get
gonna be good.
they get arrested for having sex on a Ferris wheel.
Ooh, why would you do that?
I would love
I would do that.
Okay, no, I am
would do
scared
that.
of heights. I would probably pass out and die.
This
Okay.
is not, this is like, I guess, training for the Mile High Club or something. They're
Yeah.
working their way up.
Okay.
shit.
So they got arrested?
Yeah, they took their clothes off. They started doing it. A guy on a megaphone is yelling from the bottom, from the ground, put your clothes back on.
Why?
There's people in the other car, the other Ferris wheel little
Can see
cabin
them?
filming this with their cameras.
Or maybe it's like in Coney Island how they like swing
The
a little bit.
swinging
And they're like,
Well, they were
they're
swingers
fucking-
for sure. This was in Vegas, by the way. New meaning to Vegas Strip, I guess.
Okay. Well,
So these
that's
guys
Vegas.
are having sex on a Ferris wheel.
Okay.
You guys picture, what's the weirdest place you guys have had sex?
Oh, you know the weirdest
Lord.
place I've ever
I
had
can't even
sex?
If I turn my back, is there going to be a new answer?
Well, okay, here it is. So I was down in Florida, and the guy I was dating had a boat. So we went to like one of the pilings under like a bridge, and we had sex on that.
Okay.
Cool. I like that.
That was like the oddest place that I had sex.
That's not exactly the jacuzzi, but it's...
No, it's not.
More natural.
But you have to have impeccable balance not to fall the fuck off.
Yeah. But see, that adds
I was
to
a
the
teenager
thrill.
then
That
too. I
adds
was
to
a
the
teenager,
thrill.
Do you have any
so
barnacle scars?
maybe.
I think my weird one was in college. In college, when I was just coming out, and I was with this one guy, and we had went to, it was late at night, and he didn't have a place, and I didn't have a place. So I was visiting a college town, and so he says, oh, let's go back. I know I got the perfect place. So we go back to like one of those, you remember like The Shining with those bush, like those maze things, but the bushes were only about this tall, you know, so we're going, and it was really cool. We're going back through this maze and all of that, and we go back and we lay there, you know, and I've got, you know, butt ass naked and legs up in the air, and I'm looking at the stars and all that, and we had a great time.
That sounds
and
hot.
It was really hot. Well, the next morning I was telling my friends who live in that town, I said, oh yeah, you know, we were there, and it was this maze, and she goes, a maze? And I said, yeah, the bushes were about this time. She goes, that was a churchyard. And we drove by there, and there was actually a... And I'm like,
Great.
That's funny.
that's probably one of the oddest places
That's
because I had no idea that...
Okay, well,
I used to smoke pot in the graveyard down there by Wall Street. You know, that church with the graves and everything. I used to smoke pot down there
So-
years ago before they put in cameras everywhere.
Tara, we want to hear from you because you must have done some interesting things.
55th Street and 5th Avenue up against a indented garage door.
Yes.
Midnight.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a great story.
That's hot.
Picked them completely up. It was fabulous.
Love it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't normally share, but the most interesting place for me was, I will not give the name of the place, but a very well-known New York nightclub.
Oh, really? In the club?
While it was operational.
Okay.
Nice. I love it. I've done that.
There were an upstairs and a downstairs, and the place was normally very popular, but it was kind of quiet this night.
Is that Studio 54?
No.
Do that on the dance floor.
There was...
It could have been any club.
There was a set of doors between the upstairs and the downstairs. So and if you went down, you could either go upstairs, but it was closed, or you could go down a flight of stairs where there was some phone booths.
Okay.
So, I was just
Now I'm trying to think of what club that was.
Not just good for Superman.
I was a youngster at the time, and I was downstairs with some young lady, and I figured you could hear if those double doors opened.
Okay.
You could hear the change in sound. And there was not many people in this place at this point. So we were down that flight of stairs, and we were just kind of making out, and she decides to start opening my pants. And I'm like, normally the guy's pushing it and the woman's stopping him, and so I close my pants. She opens them again. And next thing I know, she hands me a condom. Standing up. So I'm a guy who will stand for something under certain conditions. So that was interesting. But there was nobody around. It was actually more private than some places.
Amateur.
Hey, standing up in a nightclub, paying attention to the changes in sound pressure.
I hear you.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I did do it in a bathroom of a pool hall. That's
Cool.
right.
Did you?
Yeah, that was fun.
That sounds really redneck.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
It sounds really redneck.
I love it.
I forgot about that.
hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you mentioned club, I'm like, oh yeah, but this.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Bathrooms. Bathrooms are great.
You live in New York. Are you crazy?
All right. Now we're still dealing with the illegality section.
Okay.
Right. A man was banned from having sex unless he gives the police 24 hours notice.
Was he a sex offender or like?
This is once again in Britain. What is with them over there?
Yeah, they're weird over
I
there.
think I think they're a little sexually repressed, but super extra freaky. Like a lot of like the kink and fetish, websites and stuff come out of Britain and Germany. And
right.
Yeah,
Right.
so I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Well, apparently this guy not only has to give the police 24 hours notice, he has to tell them with who.
But why?
I would say he's got to be some kind of.
He's got to be some kind of.
There is a
something,
sexual risk order out against it, but yet police have applied for this civic order despite the fact the man has not been convicted of a sex offense.
Oh, so he hasn't been
I don't know,
convicted.
he has not been convicted.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh,
what
but
the
It's
heck.
so
maybe
hard
he's
to
been
convict
tried.
people.
Yeah, so
he's
he's
been tried.
probably
So this guy, before he has sex with a woman, he has to notify the police 24 hours in advance. I mean, this is not getting
that
lucky
kind
in a
of
bar.
kind of kills the mood.
I wonder what.
And you want to have sex tomorrow?
I wonder what the parameters are. Like, does he have AIDS? Like, or
Well,
do
if
you
he
know
had
what I mean?
AIDS, I would
Does
think
he
they would be
prey
saying
on,
don't have sex.
women
not-
with children, so they need to make sure that the
Are
woman
they
doesn't
planning on
have
a
children?
cure in the next 24 hours?
No, but I'm saying, like, there has to be a reason
This-
why he
Some sort of-
has.
Yeah, he had to have really
Every
been
time he
fucked
brings
up.
up something,
Okay.
we've got like a million more questions. We're like, what? That's like we're always like,
No, this is good.
give us more
We're
info.
getting to the bottom of things.
Tim,
But anal. But he had to have really done some fucked up shit
yeah.
for the police
Yeah,
to
he's got a
actually
disease.
monitor his sex
Yeah.
life.
or he goes after certain women with their children, or
dinosaurs in the park.
Right?
I want to know if he also has to tell them how long it's going to last. If it goes more than 5 to 10 minutes, does he have to notify
Yeah,
someone?
does the
Pay
squat
extra.
come inside?
pay extra.
Pay extra with the credit card at the little.
Keep that credit
At the
card.
Tara's gonna pop up and be like, "Hey guys, for 15 more minutes, please swipe your card."
Yep. Swipe that card.
So we are now going to move on, and we are not going to leave Britain.
Oh,
We're
good.
back in Britain.
I like Britain.
These freaking people, okay?
I like that. We need to go over
Yeah,
there.
we should. We should.
group
be-
trip.
I like the highly
Absolutely.
educated Brits. They're so cute and sexy.
I love that accent. Oh,
Now, this woman was not as lucky as the guy, because she was jailed
Okay.
for having loud sex.
Oh, like the people in Brooklyn last year?
Oh, okay. Well, there we are. We have presidents. So this woman, her name, believe it or not, was Gemma Whale.
What?
Gamma whale?
Gamma whale.
And she apparently makes a tremendous amount of noise when she's having sex.
So does she sound like a whale?
Or maybe she's like, wah, wah, wah.
So are we going to discuss her blowhole? Is that what
That shows our age right there.
People buy DVDs of whale noises to fall asleep. She should just make a DVD and make money off of her sex noises.
And they could use those noises during the vagina massage.
Yes, and massaging the vagina. See?
It's contagious.
Everybody snorts.
All right. So anyway,
so she got in trouble for being loud. Being loud.
She actually went to jail.
Oh wow.
She made so much noise. This woman had been in.
So it must have been after hours, like after
people in
11
the
or something.
neighborhood said she was a nightmare.
Oh, so this was a regular
So
thing.
she should have sex during the day, because you could do loud stuff during the day.
Yeah.
So it was an ongoing thing, and they'd probably called the cops before on her many times.
And this is my favorite part of the story about her. Once a guy was pounding and kicking her front door while his brother was climbing out the back window.
Yeah, like her.
This woman is a lot of problems.
It sounds to me like she was arrested just because she was a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't see why she's so much of a problem. She's in her own home. If it's during the day, she's allowed to be as noisy as possible. If it's at nighttime, well, then she should, respect other people's noise complaints.
That's like the people that got caught in Brooklyn like 2 years ago. They were saying, oh my God, she's so loud. And they kept reporting. But what can you do if somebody's having loud sex?
Yeah.
I mean, aside from evict them, like on what
applause could be
applause, yeah, exactly.
Applause, yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. Whatever.
So you guys,
I'm loud during sex.
Loud, Wyatt, what's your story?
That reminds me, my mom was visiting and I had a roommate from Australia and she was a screamer during sex to where it sounded like she was crying and like getting beaten up and shit. Yeah.
Was she with a man with a 66-inch waist?
I don't know. No. But she was in there screaming and screaming and you could hear the bed like pounding against the wall and my mom was like, excuse me, honey, are you okay?
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
And I was like, no, she's having sex.
That's so funny.
But she's like, she sounds like she's getting murdered in there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm very vocal when I have sex. I'm very vocal.
Are you just loud or are you giving directions? Hey!
Well, a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Oh, to the right.
Well, see, I'm a very confident lover, so I like people who are very confident, and I like to tell you what I like. If I don't like it, I'm gonna fucking tell you. Look, I don't like that shit. Stop.
I don't talk too much. I just move the hand. Or I'll say, right there, really soft.
As a dominatrix, I'm like, no, right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's usually how I take care of it.
No, well, see, I say, I'll move the hand and say, okay, a little bit here or something like that. And then if he ignores me or he refuses to do it, then I'm like, okay, I'm fucking out of here then. I'm like, fuck you. You're not doing what I want. You're just doing what you want, and you're here to say that you want me? No, fuck you. Well,
you're good. You're good.
Then he will move from your house over to Lola's and fail to
Now, if he's paying me, then I'm like, oh yeah, baby, that's exactly where I wanted you to touch me. But if
you're so big.
Yeah, exactly.
And you realize
I'm doing my nails.
Next step is Tim's house.
Yes, my house. What? It's
I
loud.
If she boots him out, he goes over to Lola's. That doesn't work. Next step is Tim's house.
Yeah.
Are you allowed? I'm going to ask a question.
Yeah, fine.
I'm going to ask a question I do not want the answer to.
Okay.
Let me cover my own ears. Are you loud during sex?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you like, oh, or you're like, yeah, baby, give it to daddy?
Yeah, a little of both. Well, no, let me think. I guess it would be, oh, God, oh, fuck, yeah, oh, yeah, like that.
But no instructions.
Not usually, well, unless he's really bad.
I'm a bossy bitch.
Tim
I like
is
to tell
easier
people what to
please
do.
than these gals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, we're winding down, even though I have so much more to cover.
Oh.
We may have to do this again sometime real soon.
Exactly.
And we've done this before.
Right.
I love these.
Dirty. That sounds really dirty.
We like meeting on couches together and talking.
And next time we're gonna come in ball gowns or something.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we should be like all dressy and crazy.
Next time, can we
Tiaras?
come fancy? Can we come fancy?
I fancy that. Okay. Well, let's get a little contact info for you guys. Tara, if someone wants to get a hold of you and not pay you for sex, what do they do?
Yes, retired. All right. Tara Tiara NY at Gmail, Twitter, and Facebook. Tara Tiara NY.
Yay. So everybody,
LOLA Lola.
yeah, that's me. You guys can find me absolutely anywhere as Lola Bastinado. You can Google me or go to my website, lolabastinado.com or misslola'shouse.com.
Or get on your mailing list like I am. I get all kinds of bizarre stuff from you.
I know. It's
I
kind
gotta come down
of it's
and
kind of
see
dirty,
something.
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
you
is.
should come. You should
wanna-
come.
Well, you would.
Or
if
go
you
there
went.
anyway. Well,
Yeah. You should arrive. How's that? How's that?
right. Tim,
Yes.
how do people get a hold of you? I understand you're very ticklish.
Yes. But Tym Moss, TYMMOSS, and TymMoss.com or Twitter, Facebook, any of that, all of that. Oh, and also my new music video just dropped recently. It's Buy and Obey. Go to YouTube, Tym Moss, TYMMOSS, Buy and Obey.
Everyone check out Tim's video.
And I love Lola, and I love Andy, and I love Tara. Yay.
And to get in touch with me, because I'm very lonely, you can write me at andyftroy@AOL.com.
Or call the bitch that was playing with the T-Rex.
Right. I'd like to hook up with her or the dinosaur, whoever is free. All right. You can also find this show. We have a group on Facebook. I get you like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter, The Andy Troy Show. You can come to my parties, damn it.
Yes, they're fun.
Andy Troy's TastingNYC.com is on Facebook. We have a group, we have a page. Write me, get on my mailing list, do something because I need you. I need you bad. Does that sound desperate?
Sounds dirty too.
Okay, Tym Moss, Lola Bastinado, Tara Tiara, and me.
Andy.
We are leaving, but we will be back with more shows soon. But for now, we are gone.
Ciao.